إن الحمد لله نحمده جل جلاله ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وعظيمنا محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله، نبي بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح للأمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك ولا يتنكبها إلا ضال. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فيا عباد الله، إن أصدق الحديث كلام الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. يقول المولى جل جلاله في كتابه العظيم وهو أصدق القائلين: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام، إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. صدق الله مولانا العظيم، وبلغ رسوله النبي الصادق الأمين، ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. أما بعد, my dear respected elders, brothers, sisters and mothers, I ask Allah Jalla Jalaluh in this Mubarak month, the beginning of Sha'ban, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, make it easy and khair and rahmah for Ummat Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. اللهم فرج كرب إخواننا أخواتنا في غزة وفي الأقصى يا رب العالمين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب إخواننا في السودان يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم فرج كرب المسلمين في اليمن وفي سوريا وفي كشمير وفي أوغندا وفي روهانجا وفي بورما وفي إيغور وفي كل مكان يذكر فيه اسمك الكريم. اللهم أعز الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم أرنا في عدونا وعدوك يوما تشفي به قلوب المؤمنين يا رب العالمين. أما بعد, I want to talk about subject very rare the people they talk about it, that what is the rights of the children upon their parents. Usually, mostly we talk about the rights of the parents, but very rare to find what is the rights of our children upon us as parents. There is a man came to Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he was complaining that his son mistreats him. His son is not good to him. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu sent somebody to bring this young man. When he was approaching, Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, he has a stick beside him. They call it a dirra. So he took a dirra and he wants to beat that young man up. But that young man was smart. He said, على رسلك يا أمير المؤمنين. يا أمير المؤمنين, please, 1 minute. He said, what? He said, I want to ask you, what is my rights upon my father? Before you are asking me about my father rights, what is my right as a son upon my father? Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, you have 3 rights. The first right, he should choose for you a good mother. When somebody is marrying, he shouldn't just look for the beauty. What we usually, all of us, we have done this long time ago. Now we are remember, mashallah. You should look for a good mother for your children. He said, what's the second? He said, the second, you should choose a good name. He should choose a good name for you. So many people, they choose name from the Quran, but he does not know even the meaning of the name. One brother, he was calling his son Umyan. Umyan means blind. Then I told him, Ya akhi, why you have chosen this name? He said, the brother, it's in the Quran. I said, I know the Quran. Alhamdulillah, I am hafiz al-Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ لَمْ يَخِرُّوا عَلَيْهَا صُمًّا وَعُمْيَانًا. He said, you see, Quran. I said, and the name was shaitan in the Quran too. So can you use any name? You should look for the meaning of the name. He said, what's the third? He said, the third, he should teach you halal and haram. So the young man replied, he said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, my father did not do any one of these. He had chosen my mother because she's a beautiful, but she does not even pray. And he called me Ju'ul. He gave him the name Ju'ul. The Ju'ul is a small insect, lives in the bathroom. And he did not teach me halal or haram. So Sayyidina Umar took the stick and he started beating the father instead of beating the son. ثم قال له عققت ولدك قبل أن يعقق. You mistreat your son before your son mistreat you. So my brothers and sisters, our children in this country, they have more rights upon us. More rights upon us. One of these rights, to choose for him a good school. The public school now, they are teaching the children the LGBTQ. If you ask me what it means, I don't know, but I memorize it as is. Yani. But you know, it's قوم لوط يعني. باختصار قوم لوط يعني. They are teaching about قوم لوط in the first grade, especially in your area. Yani. My son, when he told me, where are you going this week? I said, to San Francisco. He said, لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Wallahi, everything became changed. Yani. When we used to see the rainbow, we used to say, Subhanallah. Now when we see the rainbow flag, we say, A'udhu Billah. The thing is changing. Yani. So the children, they have rights upon us to choose for them good Islamic schools. But you know what? The problem, we cannot afford the Islamic schools. I was somewhere, I asked them, do you have Islamic school? They said, Alhamdulillah, we have 3 kinds of Islamic schools. I said, what do you mean? He said, we have advanced, medium, and miskin. I like the miskin. Yeah. I said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He said, advanced, they charge $2,300 a month for every child. If somebody has 7 children like me, he needs Kuwait government behind him. Wallahi. I said, how about the medium Islamic school? He said, $1,200. We cannot afford it. I said, okay, keep me with the miskin. How much the miskin? They said the miskin is $800. Even $800, ya ikhwan, when you have 5 children. Can you pay this much money for just education? It's very difficult. We like it, but we cannot afford it. And this is the musibah, ya ikhwan. What they are making the Islamic schools business. They are making the Islamic schools business. And this is what we want to avoid. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us tawfiq. 20 years ago, we opened our Darul Ulum in New York. We started only with 4 students. Today, alhamdulillah, we have 600 students. We are the only people until today charging the students only $250 a month, breakfast and lunch including. You know why? Because we don't want to give excuse to any Muslim not to have the Islamic education. And alhamdulillah, our students, the best students in the state. For example, my daughter, she became medical doctor. So don't tell me our school is less than the miskin. La wallah. And believe me, ya ikhwan, we have orphans, we have needy students. They don't pay nothing, but we will not return anyone without education. If somebody comes and said, listen, I don't have money, you said, ahlan wa sahlan, come. And subhanallah, ya ikhwan, the students, if they are orphans, we don't charge them anything. Do you know why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, أنا وكافل اليتيم في الجنة كهاتين وأشار بإصبعه السبابة والوسطى. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, I am and the one who takes care of the orphan in Jannah like this. He is the neighbor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannah, and he waved with his two fingers, the index and the middle finger. He is the neighbor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Jannah. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, about orphans and huffaz. Few months ago, I was in Umrah. I received call when I was in Mecca. Is this Sheikh Hasan Abunar? I said, yeah, this is me. Usually, Maulana, when he receive call, he say, La hawla quwwata illa billah. Yani. We receive always, yeah, Sheikh, I divorced my wife when I was angry. Is it valid or not valid? What kind of a question? Did you ever see somebody divorce his wife when he was happy? He must be angry anyway. So what kind of a question is this? But anyway, he said, I am so and so. He is one of the leaders of Mecca. Tomorrow we have a special invitation. I will send you my driver. Come, please. So next day, the driver came and I went with them. MashaAllah, they have gathering like this, big gathering. They took me all the way in the front where I met Sheikh al-Juhani. He is one of the Imams of Al-Haram al-Makki. And the Sheikh Salah al-Budir is one of the Imams of Masjid al-Nabi was there. So he put my chair between them and he took the mic and he said, Assalamu alaikum ya ikhwan. We have a special day today. We have one of the Imams of Masjid al-Haram, one of the Imams of Masjid al-Nabi, and one of the Imams of Masjid al-Aqsa. And alhamdulillah, I am one of the Imams who's leading Taraweeh in Masjid al-Aqsa since 2016. But this is not the point. The point, Sheikh al-Juhani told me something, I will share it with you. And inshallah, I will finish my khutbah because they told me it has to be finished too sharp. I like this sharp. So he told me last week, somebody called me. And he said, Ya Sheikh, please pay attention to every word I say. I said, okay. تكلم, تفضل. He said, Ya Sheikh, I have seen in my dream that I am dead. And I was on my grave. He said, this is in his dream, his ru'ya. He said, then the day of judgment started. The malaika started opening the graves. He said, they came to my grave and they opened it. I was naked. They covered me clothes from Al-Jannah. And they put on the top of my head the crown from Al-Jannah. And the best out of this, they took me and they let me sit beside Rasulullah. Allahu Akbar. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allah ya ikhwan, my hair stood in end. What kind of beautiful dream this man has. So he said it was difficult for me to explain it. But crown from Al-Jannah means, from the hadith, one of your children become hafiz. So he said, I asked him, is there any one of your children become hafiz? He said, Ya Sheikh, no one of my children know how to read Quran. La hawla wa la quwwata illa. He said, then I asked him, are you hafiz yourself? He said, Ya Sheikh, I'm not hafiz, but I read Surah Al-Kahf every Friday. He said, he made it difficult for me to explain it. He said, then Allah guided me to ask him, are you sponsoring somebody to become hafiz? He said, I sponsor yatim from Yemen. But I don't know if he's hafiz, not hafiz. He said he called his mother. His mother told him, Wallahi ya Sheikh, I wanted to call you yesterday because yesterday my son completed the memorization of the Quran. Allahu Akbar. So, ya ikhwan, we are so in need in this country to take care of our children. If we own all this dunya and one of our children goes left, wallahi, we lost a lot. So we have to take care of our children, and the best way to take care of them to have complete Islamic education. We used to have Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. It does not work, ya ikhwan. We need complete Islamic schools. And alhamdulillah, we need it to be affordable for every Muslim, not business. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us التوفيق. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه كان للأوابين غفورا. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام التامتان على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. إخوة الإيمان اتقوا الله فإنه كفى ما كان، فحالنا وحال المسلمين في كل مكان لا يرضى به إنسان. اتقوا الله سبحانه فإنا جميعا بين يديه موقوفون وعلى أعمالنا محاسبون، وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: يقف العبد بين يدي الله يوم القيامة ليس بينه وبين ربه ترجمان، فينظر أيمن منه فلا يرى إلا ما قدم، وينظر أشأم منه فلا يرى إلا ما قدم، وينظر بين يديه فلا يرى إلا النار تلقاء وجهه، فاتقوا النار ولو بشق تمرة، أي فاتقوا النار ولو بالتصدق بنصف تمرة، فإنها تحجز النار عن وجهك. So in our madrasa, for the complete hafiz, he needs 2 years, not 1 year. 2 years for the complete hafiz. And inshallah, after the Jumu'ah, I will be in the Khadija Hall. If somebody wants to sponsor one of those orphans, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him the neighbor of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وارض اللهم عن ساداتنا أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن الصحابة أجمعين وعن التابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم من والانا فواله ومن عادانا فعاده. اللهم من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خيرا فوفقه إلى كل خير، ومن أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين شرا فاجعل كيده في نحره واجعل تدميره تدبيره يا رب العالمين. اللهم فرج كرب إخواننا وأخواتنا في فلسطين عامة وفي بلاد المسلمين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم فرج كرب إخواننا وأخواتنا في اليمن وفي سوريا وفي روهانجا وفي بورما وفي كشمير وفي إيغور وفي كل مكان يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب إخواننا في السودان، احقن دماءهم وألف بين قلوبهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم هيئ لهذه الأمة أمر رشد يعز فيه أهل طاعتك ويذل فيه أهل معصيتك ويؤمر فيه بالمعروف وينهى فيه عن المنكر. اللهم أصلح لنا أولادنا وبناتنا، اللهم ارزقهم تقواك واجعل عملهم في رضاك. اللهم حبب إليهم الإيمان وزينه في قلوبهم وكره إليهم الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلهم من عبادك الراشدين. يا ربنا لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا ضالا إلا هديته، ولا فقيرا إلا أغنيته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها ويسرتها يا أرحم الراحمين. إخوة الإيمان، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم وأقم الصلاة إن صلاتنا على الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.